Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hi, my name is Bia and I really love makeup, so you are going to find plenty of that on my channel. In today's video, I am showing you how I created this fall inspired makeup look, and this makeup look was actually picked by you guys on my Instagram page. You wanted me to do fall inspired smoky eyes, so here is the look. But before we move on to the tutorial, don't forget to leave this video a like and also to subscribe to my channel. And by the way, in case you guys want to join my Instagram community as well as my YouTube one, I always leave my Instagram down below. So yeah guys, now we are ready for the tutorial, so let's go. As an eyeshadow base, I'm going to be using my concealer, which is pretty much a step that I always take. The one that I always use is this one. This is from NARS and it's the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm using my beauty blender to blend this out. As I always do, I'm just using a little bit of setting powder to set this base. I'm going to be using two eyeshadow palettes today. The first one being the Soft Glam from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which looks like this on the inside. And the second one being the Master Metallics by Makeup by Mario, which looks like this on the inside. I'm going to start by using the Soft Glam, and the first eyeshadow that I'm taking is Orange Soda, which is this very light orangey brown, and I'm using a very large blending brush to apply this, and this one is the Morphe M573. I am running the brush above my crease. This is kind of my transition shade, even though this is very light. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to fall, the color scheme that comes to my mind is more like on this orangey brown kind of shades or magentas and burgundies and stuff. So that was exactly the color scheme that I had in mind for this makeup look, and I actually realized that I don't have enough of these type of colors, which is a shame because I really love them. But yeah, we will see how this will turn out. But I feel like the Soft Glam palette is really versatile and it definitely has really cool shades for fall. So yeah, I'm really excited about this makeup look and I hope you guys are too, and I hope that this turns out really good and that you guys really love it. For this makeup look, I envisioned something really like sultry, so it's definitely on the full glam side, and I didn't want to give like a soft smoky eye. I definitely want to go like more heavy-handed. You have seen by the intro where I wanted to take this. Long story short, I switched the brushes because the one that I have from Morphe has been really well loved in the past, and it kind of has like gone bad. The bristles are starting to itch when I blend eyeshadows and stuff, but that brush is really old, guys. I used it so much. It was one of my first eyeshadow brushes, just so that you have an idea. And by the way, now using this brush, I am bringing this eyeshadow towards the end of my brow. I'm kind of doing these circular motions so that I can pull the eyeshadow and lift my eyes. Next, I'm going in with Burnt Orange, which is a darker shade. This shade will be the perfect transition to the darker eyeshadow that I want to be using next. I am focusing this closer to my crease and on my crease as well. And even though I brought it to the inner part of my crease, I am focusing like the most pigment in the outer part. And I think I forgot to mention, but this is the 221 from Zoeva, which is the Lux Soft Crease. It's basically a blending brush, but it's not as rounded, which I find really interesting. And it's definitely smaller than the 228. It allows you to blend a lot, as Zoeva brushes always do, but keeping a lot more precision. And with this one, I'm also doing these circular motions just to bring it towards my brow. When the brush has no pigment in it, I bring it closer to my inner corner just to bring some depth in here. Since I'm thinking about using a very dark shimmer, I want this depth to be in here, because otherwise I feel like when you have a dark shimmer on your lid and then in here you only have like the first eyeshadow, which is the lightest one, it looks kind of harsh and unbalanced. Just a brief moment to express my deep and true love for Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palettes, guys. They are so pigmented and they are so easy to blend, and like the shades are just so stunning. Oh my god, like seriously. And if you are looking for like a versatile eyeshadow palette that you can use for night outs, or maybe to do simple looks, maybe to go to work or meet your friends and stuff like that, I would 100% recommend this palette. This is the Soft Glam that I'm using right now, as I mentioned before. This palette is just pure perfection. The shades are so gorgeous and you can create so many looks with this. And the formula, oh my god. But the formula is just amazing, honestly. I have tried a few brands now and this is definitely one of my favorite formulas ever. Okay, now moving on to an even darker matte eyeshadow. I am taking Mulberry, which is the eyeshadow in this palette which screams the most fall to me because it's a burgundy red. I am awful explaining colors to you guys, but it's pretty much a burgundy eyeshadow. And I am taking the 231, which is the Lux Petite Crease brush from Zoeva, and I am applying it precisely on my crease, and I am also packing it a little bit on my outer V. Something that I'm doing even with this darker eyeshadow is to blend it until my inner corner, but only when the brush has no pigment in it, so that I don't build too much depth in the inner part of my crease. But you know, when the brush has no pigment in it, I bring it until here just to diffuse this kind of edge that I created and to make everything look seamless and very well blended as I like it. We could honestly stop here and just add this same matte eyeshadow, the burgundy one, this one, on the lid, and it will be a super fall-ish kind of glam, but I still want to add a little bit of a touch, so I am moving on now to this eyeshadow. This is the black eyeshadow from the same palette, and I am using this pencil brush from Zoeva. This is the 230, which is the Lux pencil. I'm going to start by pressing it in the outer part of my lid and crease. I'm kind of like creating an outer V. I moved on to this Morphe brush. This is the M506, which is this really tiny blending brush. And without picking any more pigment, I'm just doing like these circular motions so that I can bring this black eyeshadow in the same direction as I did to the other ones. But I'm keeping these circular motions much more controlled because I don't want to have black eyeshadow all over and too far from this area. So yeah, I'm still doing these circular motions but in a more controlled and precise way. Okay guys, so I cleaned the edges a little bit because I was packing black eyeshadow and there was the tiniest amount of fallout, but actually this eyeshadow palette and overall just eyeshadow palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills don't have fallout at all, which is something that I really appreciate in eyeshadow palettes because it allows you to have some flexibility. Like if you like doing your complexion first, you can do it, or if you prefer to do your eye makeup whatsoever. But yeah, since I was really like packing black eyeshadow in the outer V, I decided to clean up the little tiny fallout that there was in there, and now we are ready to move on to the second eyeshadow palette, which as I mentioned is from Makeup by Mario. This is the Master Metallics, which is a palette that he launched composed only by metallic eyeshadows. I'm going to be using metallic number 9, which is this kind of reddish shade of brown, and the brush that I'm using is the Morphe M210. I'm going to pack this eyeshadow in the first part of my lid. I think I'm going with something a little bit deeper than this when it comes closer to the really dark matte eyeshadows. I really love this shade and it kind of brings out the reddish in these eyeshadows, especially the burgundy one. But anyways, I am just going to pack this eyeshadow. I find this shimmer to be a really good fall color. It reminds me of the leaves when they fall off the trees. Guys, I really need something to bring some light to my inner corner, so I'm going in with metallic number 5 using the same brush. It's kind of the same undertone as the other one, but it's so light, and I'm going to pack it in the first tiny bit of my lid just to bring some light. Going back to the first eyeshadow palette, I am taking Sultry, which is this really deep brown shimmer, and I'm going to apply it where the reddish shimmer from Makeup by Mario meets the matte eyeshadows, because this is really deep, so I feel like it will create like the best gradient and soften the transition a lot. So guys, that is it for shimmers and for matte eyeshadows, and I did go back a few steps just to kind of retouch my outer V, because in between like applying the shimmers and stuff, some of the eyeshadow might get lost and you might realize that you might need a little bit more depth on the outer V, and that's what I did. I added a little bit of black eyeshadow. Now I am taking a black pencil. This one is from Dior and it's the Crayon Eyeliner Waterproof. It's this one. It's the shade 094. But yeah, I am using it to tightline my lash line And I am doing this so that once I apply the false lashes, they merge really well together with my natural ones. And because since this is such a sultry makeup look, I want to make sure that there is a depth where the depth is supposed to be, if that makes sense. So yeah, I feel like the black pencil just adds that extra touch that makes everything come together and be like extra dramatic and sultry. For this, I had to sharpen my pencil, and the reason why I'm not using an eyeliner is because the eyeliner looks very intense and it looks like what it is. It looks like liner, and the black pencil, like, it looks natural. I don't know, I just feel like it gives a more natural effect, as if the drama is there, but you don't really know, like you can't tell where the drama comes from. Am I explaining this right? I don't know. I am a mess when it comes to explanations. It's definitely a skill that I have to learn, but goddamn. Closer to my inner corner, I am going to run it only on my waterline, but besides that, I am also going to apply it in my full waterline. Like, can you see the difference in between eyes? Like, this one looks a little bit more deep and dramatic, but you can't even really tell like where that extra drama comes from. Now we are going to be moving on to complexion, and about the lashes, I will take care of them somewhere in between my complexion process. But anyways, the primer that I'm going to be using today is one that it's not new on my channel. It's one that I love and it's pretty affordable. It's from NYX. It's the Angel Veil primer. A few years ago, I believe, this was really hyped, and honestly, I really love this primer. I definitely noticed an increase in the durability of my makeup, and I just like the effect that it gives to the skin. Like, it's almost like a filter that you apply on your skin and everything looks way more blurred out and just flawless overall. And I'm going to be using this primer all over my complexion. I completely forgot to zoom you guys out because you were way too close to my face, but now I'm using this color correcting fluid from Urban Decay. I am using it in the shade Peach to color correct my dark circles. For foundation, I'm going in with this one from MAC. This is the classic foundation from MAC. It's the Studio Fix Fluid. I'm using my beauty blender to apply my foundation and most of my creamy formulas, to be honest. After concealer, I'm going to be using the first one that we used in this video, which is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I didn't mention, but I am using it in the shade Madeline, which is kind of a neutral light shade. To blend the concealer, I am again going in with my beauty blender. Before moving on to any powders, I am first going to spray my face using this setting spray from NYX. This is the one with the matte finish. I am going in with this powder from Laura Mercier. This is the classic one, the translucent setting powder. I'm using my old Primark brush. I love this brush so much. It's a tapered blush brush, and I'm applying like the lightest amount of powder. To be honest, whenever I use this foundation from MAC, I find it like kind of self-setting, which translates to me not using as much powder. But I'm still gonna bake though. Some things never change. For bronzer, I'm going in with Hoola from Benefit. This is the classic shade they have. And this deluxe brush from Morphe. I love this rounded, small blending brush to apply my bronzer because it allows me to have tons of precision but still blend the product beautifully. To apply my bronzer or my contour overall, I see where this bone is and I kind of try to apply the product until there. And then I bake to help sharpen things up because when it comes to powder bronzers, it's kind of easy like to miss that line. For the perimeter of my forehead, I'm also going in with my Japanese brush. It's a really large fluffy brush because this one allows me to really diffuse the bronzer and make it look like it's actually 10 and also cover a larger surface because I have forehead for days. After baking, I am using my beauty blender to apply a large amount of that Laura Mercier powder, and I am going to bake on my under eye area, sides of my nose, bridge of my nose, and also underneath my bronzer to help sharpen my face a little bit. While I was off camera, I applied my false lashes and also it was time to remove the baking, so I removed all of the extra powder. And now, moving on to mascara, the one that I'm using is this one from MAC. This is the MAC Extended Play Permia Blush. I've used it before on my channel. I like to use this whenever I'm doing my makeup to film and then I have to take it off right after to go to sleep because it's not waterproof. So it kind of makes the job of removing it a lot easier and faster. Honestly, I really like this mascara, even though For daily use, I usually go for waterproof formulas because this really lengthens the lashes. It doesn't add too much drama, but it definitely makes a difference. And I really love the fact that it doesn't leave bumps on the lashes. It looks super natural. To finish off my brows, I'm going to apply this Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I love this one. This is in the travel size, I believe. It's basically a gel for the brows. It has no color in it, but it definitely gives them a really good hold. And I start by brushing it upwards in the first part of the brow, and then I follow the natural brow hairs. And I never show this on camera because I take way too long to do my brows, but I've been using the brow blade from Urban Decay to fill in my brows, and I am really loving that product. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to basically replicate what I did in the upper part of my eye. So first, I'm going in with my 228 from Zoeva, which was a large blending brush, and I'm taking orange soda, which was this really light orangey brown, and I'm going to run it all over my lower lash line. Now I'm going in with the 231, which was the Lux Petite Crease, and I am taking burnt orange and apply it a little bit more precisely closer to my lash line. Now taking a clean pencil brush, I am taking the burgundy shade that we used, which was Mulberry, and I am keeping it really close to the lash line and only on the outer half. Now using again the black pencil, I'm going to run it all over my waterline, just like I did in the upper part of my eye. Now taking a clean 238, which is a Luxe Precise shader from Zoeva, which is this really tiny flat brush. I am taking the black eyeshadow from this palette, which is called Noir, and I am going to set and kind of blend out this black pencil. Because as you can see, I do not only keep it on my waterline, I bring it to the roots of my lashes just to help intensify the eye look and, you know, just give it a little bit more drama. To finish off the eye look, I'm going in with the same mascara that I was using before. For blush, I'm going in with Orgasm from NARS. I love this blush and I think it looks great with every makeup look that I do. And by the way, I am using another Zoeva brush. This is my favorite blush brush. It's the 127, which is the Luxe Sheer Cheek. I'm going in with one more round of the setting spray. Now for highlighter, I am going in with my favorite one since pretty much ever, which is from Becca and soon to be from Smashbox. And the brush that I'm using is this one from Morphe, which you have seen me wearing like 1,000 times. I'm going to keep the highlighter in the highest points of my face. For the areas in which I need a lot more precision, I'm going in with this Shade and Light brush from KVD. And I am going to apply the highlighter in my inner corner, on my brow bone, a little bit on the cupid's bow, and the bridge of my nose. Moving on to lips, I'm going to line my lips using this MAC pencil. This is my favorite shade they have. It's in the shade Whirl. I don't know how this is pronounced, but this is the shade. This is basically a very neutral tone to my lips. It's pretty similar to my natural lip color. Now for lipstick, I'm going in with the Soft Matte Lip Cream from NYX in the shade London. I know that I have been using this lip shade very often on my Instagram and even on my YouTube channel, but to be honest, I feel like this is a really good shade for fall and all year long as well, but this is so brownish that I think that it's the most appropriate shade that I have for fall that is not too dark. But I really want to do a look using my burgundy lip color that I have from Huda Beauty. So guys, that is it. So I'm going off camera to take care of this hair and I will be right back with the final makeup look. Hi guys, I am back. So I took care of my hair and now we have the final look. I am really in love with this makeup look and I honestly think that this screams fall all over. But I would love to know what you guys think as well, so don't forget to leave me your feedback down below in the comment section. And I will also leave my Instagram details on the description box in case you guys want to check out more content that I do over there. And yeah guys, that is it for this video. Bye, and I hope to see you in the next one.